Hello and welcome. I'm Ayushman Singh Jamwal and you are watching CNN News 18's non-stop coverage on the Gulf War. When the United States and Israel launched its war, Operation Epic Fury, over the weekend, they were not expecting Iran to behave like a regional guerrilla force, a regional disruptor which is taking down the entire Middle East with it. Iran has attacked Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain and Oman. And more breaking news coming in as US President Donald Trump has now spoken out for the first time on the operation in the Middle East and the escalating tensions. A short while ago, President Donald Trump delivered an address on the widening West Asia war. Trump has said that the United States will avenge the deaths of US service personnel after Iran waged a war against civilization. Remember, 4 US personnel have been killed in the anti-Iranian operations. He further said, and I quote, "This was our last and best chance to strike, and what we are doing right now is something that will deliver peace to the region," is the pitch that's coming in from the US president. He has also said that the United States as well as Israel is committed to eliminating the intolerable threats posed by this sick and sinister regime, adding that the United States and Israel are ensuring that the sponsors of terror do not obtain a nuclear weapon. Listen in to Donald Trump.
This was our last best chance to strike, what we're doing right now, and eliminate the intolerable threats posed by this sick and sinister regime. And they are indeed sick and sinister. Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis, and their capacity to produce brand new ones, and pretty good ones they make. Second, we're annihilating their navy. We've knocked out already 10 ships. They're at the bottom of the sea. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never obtain a nuclear weapon. We grieve for the 4 heroic American service members who have been killed in action and send our love and support to their families. In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve to crush the threat this terrorist regime poses to the American people, and a threat indeed it is. We have the strongest and most powerful by far military in the world, and we will easily prevail. The United States military continues to carry out large-scale combat operations in Iran to eliminate the grave threats posed to America by this terrible terrorist regime. We warned Iran not to make any attempt to rebuild at a different location because they were unable to use the ones that we so powerfully blew up, but they ignored those warnings and refused to cease their pursuit of nuclear weapons. In addition, the regime's conventional ballistic missile program was growing rapidly and dramatically, and this posed a very clear, colossal threat to America and our forces stationed overseas.
And as the situation escalates in the Middle East, I'm joined by my colleague Sanjay Suri, who's joining us live from Tel Aviv. As the situation escalates in the West Asian region, and Donald Trump making it extremely clear that this is the right thing to do to eliminate the Iranian regime and to remove its capabilities to continue to wage war via its terror proxies. So, Sanjay, given the message coming in from Donald Trump, I think the region is in for the long haul.
Well, most certainly, though the operational specifics from Trump's speech are his remarks that on an hourly basis, the missile capacity of Iran is being degraded. Now, that suggests 2 things. One, that it is really active priority is quite potent that he uses the phrase hourly basis, and that really is the top priority militarily at the moment, because it is these missiles that are being launched from Iran that have been hitting home. They're hitting US bases, hitting nations across the Gulf region, hitting Israel here. And until these are neutralized, the problem will be spreading far beyond Iran as it has continued over the last few days. Now, if that capacity can be neutralized, or neutralized even to a great extent, and if the capacity of Iran to launch these missiles gets blunted, then the difficulty and the issues remain confined to Iran, a little more manageable for the US for Israel, and for countries in the Gulf region. It all depends on how far this campaign succeeds, because Iran has them deep underground, a lot of these facilities, and even if some rogue elements remain, they can still cause a great deal of damage.
Right, but it seems that Iran has that intent to hit out not just at Israel, but also at US personnel as well as its bases in the wider Middle East, not even sparing certain buildings as well as key infrastructure in several of the big nations in the Gulf. Thank you, Sanjay, for getting us that update.